What is up, guys? Zach in here, and I'm in beautiful Sanibel, Florida right here, virtually wholesaling and living the dream. I'm here with my family. We got like a 3-story beach house. I'm just recording this video to show you how I'm virtually wholesaling, but most importantly, I get asked all the stinking time, how do I start virtually wholesaling houses? I got no money, I got no experience, and yes, on right here, I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 virtual wholesaling deals today on the beach. Now, you guys seen me do these vlogs all the time, doing 3 to 4 deals every single day in Mexico, on a boat, fishing, throughout the entire country and world. And the reason why I show videos like this is to show that if you just have an internet connection, you can do anything you ever want. I'm literally here sitting for a full week on a beach, wholesaling houses and living the dream in an area I don't really even know too well. But the truth of why you need to get started in virtual wholesaling is not to watch me make millions of dollars every single year wholesaling houses. That's fine, like you guys already get that. The point of it is, if you want to start living this dream and you want to start virtually wholesaling houses in Nigeria, South Africa, Europe, heck, New York City, San Francisco, it's not that crazy far of a dream. Obviously, you're not going to get to the point where I'm at right now, but you got to start somewhere. And truthfully, when you're starting out in virtual wholesaling real estate, you just got to focus on a few things to get started. It's not getting all these crazy advanced topics and marketing channels and lists to get you your first deal. It's all about focusing on a couple big things and getting really good at it. So what I want to do today is just share with you my step-by-step guide on how to start virtually wholesaling from a beach, from Mexico, from your grandma's backyard, it doesn't matter. As long as you have an internet connection and a phone, you're good to go. Before we break it down, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So step number 1 is identifying your virtual wholesaling market. So if you want to get started in virtual wholesaling, you got no cash, you got no money, the first thing you need to do is find a good virtual wholesaling market. So I'm in Sanibel Beach, Florida right here, which is a beautiful area, obviously. This is a great vacation spot. Because it's a vacation spot, it really sucks for wholesaling houses. Got Fort Myers over here, which is kind of okay. I've done some deals there. This is a terrible market to do, and this is why it's great for a video. Because if I lived in this place, I would be a terrible wholesaler. There's not a lot of deals. The population's under 300-400, just no money to be made here. What I need to do is find a good virtual wholesaling market. Now, my top tip for you to find a really good virtual wholesaling market is to find a market in the United States of America that has a population over 100,000 for the county. Now, you want the median home price to be below 400,000. If you could find a city or a market, preferably a county, with a median home price under 400,000 and a population over 100,000, that should be good. You want the population high, so there's plenty of cash buyers and great activity there, and lots of sellers, obviously, in houses to wholesale. But then you want the median home price to be low, usually under 400,000, because the lower the median home price is, the better chance you get really good wholesaling deals. It's harder to get a big wholesaling deal off of one of these $3 or $4 million vacation houses that I'm standing on right now versus a $100,000 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's why you need to start focusing really hard on finding this right market. Now, when it comes to identifying your market, most wholesalers have what we call analysis paralysis, which basically means that they spend all this time trying to find the perfect market and study so hard. And the honest dang truth here is, if you just put a 30-minute timer and just try to find a market that meets those 2 criteria, you should be fine. In my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, I do break down step-by-step actually how to do this, and I actually share with you and hold your hand on finding the perfect virtual wholesaling market. Problem is, people do too much analysis, they try to study too much to find the perfect place, and the honest dang truth is you're just overthinking it. Pick a market, stick to it. If it's got a median home price under 400,000 and a population over 100K, you're gonna get a good wholesaling deal there. Number 2 here, and this is a little counterintuitive what you might think about wholesaling houses, especially virtually, but you need to find the cash buyer first. Here's the dang truth. If I lived here in Sanibel and I wanted to pick a new market, let's do a market I've never done a wholesaling deal in. Let's do Oxford, Mississippi, for example, right? It's where Ole Miss is, cool place. I haven't really done any virtual wholesaling deals there. Personally, me right now, if you stuck me virtually wholesaling in Oxford, Mississippi, I really wouldn't even know where to start. I don't know what areas are good. I don't know what areas are bad, where are the top zip codes, where are the worst zip codes. I wouldn't even know at all. But the dang truth here is, if I go find the good cash buyers that are actually my customers buying my contracts from me, I can ask them, and ask these cash buyers that have 10, 20, 30 years of experience buying rentals and flipping houses there, what are the top areas that you like? They're not other wholesaling competition. They're actually not scared to give you their best information. They'll just give it to you right now and tell you, hey, I'm looking for these areas. If you got them, give them to me. And boom, they'll actually give it to you. That's the really cool part about dealing with cash buyers. They're not scared to give you the best information. So you go to the cash buyers first, and especially a lot of people out here that struggle finding cash buyers, it's actually a great place to be going at. I would 100% recommend cold calling the cash sales, cold calling the for rents, finding people that are buying local auctions, asking your title companies where they got the best cash buyers. It's a great way to find these cash buyers, and they're gonna give you the best areas for virtual wholesaling in that specific market. So let's recap really quick. We find the right market, and then we ask the cash buyers what top areas inside of that market. We got some really good wholesaling knowledge. Next here is pretty simple. We're just gonna go out here and pull our government list. I'm assuming you got no experience, I'm assuming you have no money at all, and I'm assuming you're struggling right now to really produce any cash or any good list. So what I'm gonna 100% recommend for you right now is just pull your government list. These are lists you get the government that cost absolutely no money at all. These are the code violations, the probates, the water shutoffs, the tax delinquencies, the arrest record list. Heck, we can even put the fire damage properties in there. But these are just free lists you get from the government that cost no money at all, which means you can start getting in front of motivated sellers and it costs no money at all. And let me give you the biggest secret of all. These lists are actually better than any of the expensive paid lists you get off of PropStream or Batch Lead, because most of your competition, especially in virtual wholesaling, is just not willing to pull these lists. If you want to learn how to pull these lists for free, just go to freewholesaling.com. Again, my free wholesaling course. Next here, you're just going to find the right title company. And really the best way I've found title companies for virtual wholesaling is just by calling title companies and seeing if they do wholesale transactions and specifically how many they've done. On top of that too, you can just go out here, go to your local real estate investing groups, especially on Facebook, and ask what are the best wholesaling friendly title companies. And usually 3 or 4 people are just going to tell you off the bat what they are. That's the best way I found. Next here is when we just start grinding and doing the work. We're going to go out here and just smile and dial, baby. The best way for you as a beginner with no money or experience to actually gain the skills to close sellers, do $40,000, $50,000 wholesaling real estate deals is just to start calling. And if the thought of cold calling actually scares you or it makes you cringe, or it's like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to do this, is really worrying for me, maybe you're not even cut out for virtual wholesaling. The truth is, cold calling's free, you gain a bunch of skills, and it's the best education you can possibly do to gain the skills. I'm telling you right now, gaining these skills are going to be the big difference between you making $5,000 on this deal or making $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000. How good you are at talking to sellers, the confidence you have. I know it doesn't seem like a lot right now, but it's actually a massive difference that's going to really affect your success in wholesaling real estate. So go out here and start cold calling. How do you cold call? How do you do the scripts? How do you do all these things? Remember, freewholesaling.com, I got you covered. But honestly, the biggest issue people have no money, especially in virtual wholesaling, is their phone numbers. They don't want to get the phone numbers for free. So all you got to do is just go to a website like truepeoplesearch.com to get anyone's phone number for free. Once you get their phone number, call them up, see if they're the owner of the property, if they're interested, and if they are, talk to them over the phone, get some information, get off the phone, use the freewholesaling.com script, call them back, give them an offer, get a contract signed, and they're on to the next step. Now, if you want to learn how to get contracts signed and all these things, remember, freewholesaling.com's got you covered. I 100% recommend using like an e-signing service like DocuSign just to get the contract signed over the phone. The one big tip I can give to you right now is when you're talking to these motivated sellers over the phone, and when you give the offer and they say, yes, I can do 100,000, do not get off the phone. Let me stress this one more time. When you give an offer and the seller accepts that offer, especially in virtual wholesaling, stay on the phone with them. Because if you get off the phone, they read the contract, they're like, oh, I don't know about this. They're gonna say, you know what, this seems shady, and boom, you lose the deal. In virtual wholesaling, if the person says yes, you still have a 50-50 shot of actually getting the deal. If you stay on the phone, it turns into an 80% shot. Stay on the phone, say, hey, Mr. Seller, what I'm gonna do is send you over the agreement right now over the email. What's your email? And I'm gonna stay on the phone so you can read it until we get the agreement signed. So I'm sending it to you right now. Let me know when you see it. And you just stay on the phone. The reason is you're so annoying on that dang phone that they're like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna sign this, get out of this guy's hair. But if you don't do that, they could read it, be like, ooh, I don't know, and then they get out of it. Time kills all deals. And when you're not on the phone with someone that has a contract, you're really gonna get screwed up here. Then all you're gonna do is go back to the cash buyer, send them back the deal, the information. And remember, they told you they'd like that area. So go back to them and they should be fine with that area. Have them walk through the property. I think that's the biggest problem people have with virtual wholesaling. They don't know how the walkthroughs and all these things work. But in all honesty, you can have the cash buyer walk through themselves. You can pay a person to go out here, take pictures of the house and walk someone through. Those are 50, 75 bucks. I usually get them off of Facebook groups. Send out a assignment of contract to the title company and you should be all set, ready to go. But guys, what I want you to understand is I've made millions of dollars virtually wholesaling outside of where I actually even live. It's not even about that. I can do it from a plane, a boat, a beach, anywhere. Money was never the issue on that. It was always the skills needed to virtually wholesale. Knowing what to say, how to say it, having that confidence, that rapport with the seller. All these things that are really intangible, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, are actually one of the biggest deals possible. Having a belief in yourself that you can talk to the seller and actually believe that you can virtually wholesale, especially when you don't live in the area, is gonna be one of the biggest keys to your success. But hands down, the most important thing that's gonna determine your success in virtual wholesaling real estate is your time and effort. I've seen a lot of virtual wholesalers come and go in this business, and the ones that that never put in the time and effort never pan out. And the ones that always become successful and send us the checks and go on the podcast and say all these great things and they're so excited and stuff, they always put in the time and they always put in the effort. And that's the thing you have to focus on right now. If you want to get rich in wholesaling real estate, especially virtually wholesaling real estate, you have to make that commitment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not whenever, not when I feel like it, but right now, that you are going to commit your time and effort into virtual wholesaling real estate. If you're not willing to do that, you're kind of out of luck here. One extra thing about putting your time and effort is putting your time and effort actually learning wholesaling. So you're doing the first thing, you're watching this video, that you're putting time and effort into actually watching this video. Hopefully you're taking notes. Hopefully you're actually studying what I'm saying and actually focusing on it. But what are your next steps? How do you actually get the ball rolling? How do you get started in this business, right? Go to freewholesaling.com. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I'm telling you, probably about 30% of people watching this are like, okay, yeah, Zach's talking about freewholesaling.com, but I'm actually not going to do it. The only person you're disappointing is yourself. Yeah, I'm sad you're not going to freewholesaling.com, but guess what? I don't really care. I'm on the beach. I make millions of dollars every single year wholesaling houses. Travel the world doing what I love. I don't need to make it by you going to freewholesaling.com. It doesn't affect me financially. But the one thing that will drastically change your financial future is you going to freewholesaling.com, you subscribing to this YouTube channel, you watching this video, you hitting that like button, and you actually going out here and taking the action now. I can't be the one being your person that gets up in the morning and does the work. You're gonna have to make the decision yourself, that conscious effort to go change the life now. This video can light a fire in you and actually show you what to do, but it's gonna take you time and time again when you don't want to cold call, you don't want to talk to the seller, you don't want to talk to cash buyers, to actually to get out of bed and start doing what you need to do to change your life. It's ultimately up to you on that decision, and the biggest thing is your time and effort. I promise you, the hard work, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears, the sleepless nights, they're all worth it to bring you to where you deserve to be and where you need to be right now. But if you're not willing to do it, there's nothing I can tell you. I believe in you right now by taking the effort to actually watch this video, that you will get rich in wholesaling real estate and you can do it. Virtual wholesaling is not for everyone, but for the few that want to take the time and effort into it with no money at all, you can easily become a millionaire. Guys, if you got any value, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. Surf's up.